Let's make authentic red enchilada sauce.
Hi there, I'm Renee Fuentes and welcome back to my channel, Thai Caliente. Today I'm sharing a recipe for homemade enchilada sauce. So we're going to be making a roja enchilada sauce or red enchilada sauce, and it goes perfect with any of your favorite enchilada fillings. So we're just going to be using some dried chiles that we're going to rehydrate and blend with some water, a little bit of seasoning and garlic, and that's it. So let's get started, you guys.
So these are the dried chiles that I'll be using. These are Guajillo chiles. You can find them at most supermarkets, definitely at a Latin or Mexican market. And this is an ancho chile. So feel free to mix up, the measurements. You can do more ancho for kind of a smoky flavor, or just omit it if you like it lighter. But I'm just cutting up the chiles and removing the seeds. The more seeds you remove, the easier it will be to strain the sauce. Or if your blender is really strong, then you don't need to strain it at all. But go ahead and remove all the stems, the seeds, and then I'm going to place them in a colander because we do want to rinse the chiles before we boil them. So go ahead and continue de-seeding all of your chiles. The ancho chile is a little bit harder to kind of de-seed since they are a little bit thicker. When they dry them, they do get a little bit more stiff. So just do the best you can to save most of the chile and just remove the stem. There's not as many seeds as there were in the guajillo, so this makes it a little bit easier. Place the chiles under some running water, and this way we can remove any of dust or dirt or debris that is on the chiles. And now we're going to place them in a small pot. Then I'm going to add some water, and I'm just going to bring it to a boil. So I'm only going to let it boil for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to turn off the heat and just let it sit there with the lid on until I'm ready to blend them. So now that the chiles have softened, use either tongs or a slotted spoon to place them into a blender. If you have a high-speed blender, even better. I'm also going to add a garlic clove. Normally I do 2, but this one is pretty big, as well as some salt. And like I said, we're not going to be using the water that we boiled the chilies in. Instead, I'm using fresh water. This is 1 cup. Have 2 cups ready. I ended up doing 1.5 cups once I blended it. So this is not traditional, but you can add some chicken bouillon. If you need this to be vegan or vegetarian, then just go ahead and skip this. The salt does add some flavor, but I do kind of like the extra flavor boost that the chicken bouillon has. So go ahead and blend your enchilada sauce until it's nice and smooth. If you have a Vitamix, then you probably won't need to strain it. I did strain it just because there were some chunks, but give it a taste and see if it needs any more salt. So it looked a little bit too thick, so I'm adding 1/2 cup more of water, and then I'm going to give it another blend. But I will show you guys how I strain the sauce just in case you don't have a high-speed blender. So this right here is perfect. I tasted it again, and the consistency is spot on. So we're good. Place a fine mesh strainer over a bowl or large measuring bowl like I have here. Get all of that beautiful enchilada sauce out. Then with a spoon or spatula, go ahead and press the sauce against the strainer so that way it comes out more quickly. And then you're going to keep doing that until you're pretty much left with just this. So it's stuff that's not going to go through the strainer. So this is like the pulp and the seeds. And with that 1.5 cups of water, I got exactly 16 ounces of enchilada sauce. So you can put this in the refrigerator up to a week, or you can even freeze it for a couple of months, which is perfect to have on hand when you need some enchiladas. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave me any comments below and don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.